Alright guys, welcome back to the channel. In this video we're going to be talking about how to break free from toxic people. We all know them, we all have them in our lives. They're a pain in the backside. So I've done a little bit of research here to find some tips just to help us get away from them and just break free from that nonsense. So let's get into it. Okay, so number one here is to identify toxic behaviours. Recognise the signs of toxicity such as manipulation, constant negativity, criticism, or lack of support. Number two is to set clear boundaries. Define what behaviours you will no longer accept. Communicate these boundaries firmly and consistently. Number three is to limit contact. Gradually reduce interaction with toxic individuals. This can be done by minimising time spent together or avoiding certain topics. Number four is to be honest. If safe to do so, communicate your feelings honestly. Explain how their behaviour affects you and why you need distance from them. Number five is to prioritise self-care. Focus on your mental and emotional well-being. Engage in activities that replenish your energy and promote positivity. Number six is to seek support. Surround yourself with positive, supportive people who uplift you. Share your experiences with trusted friends or a therapist. Number seven is to reflect on your relationships. Take time to evaluate your relationships. Consider which connections are healthy and which are not. Number eight is to practice assertiveness. Be assertive in expressing your needs and your feelings. Stand firm in your decisions to distance yourself from toxic influences. Number nine is to create an exit plan. If the relationship is particularly harmful, plan how to safely distance yourself or exit the relationship entirely. Number 10, avoid engaging in drama. Refrain from getting drawn into conflicts or drama. Stay focused on your own well-being rather than their issues. 11 is to limit social media interactions. Unfollow or mute toxic individuals on social media to reduce their influence on your daily life. 12 is to stay firm in your decision. Once you've decided to distance yourself, stick to your decision even if the toxic person tries to manipulate you back into their life. 13 is to focus on personal growth. Invest in self-improvement and personal development. Engage in activities that enhance your skills and boost your confidence. 14 is to practice forgiveness. Let go of any resentment towards toxic individuals. This doesn't mean you have to maintain a relationship with them, but it helps in freeing yourself emotionally. And 15, know when to seek professional help. If you find it challenging to cope with the emotional fallout, consider talking to a therapist for guidance or support. Alright, so I hope this has been helpful for people out there. This is something that, coming up to this time of year, it's going to be incredibly difficult to get through the holiday season whenever you've got these type of people coming at you. I could go into major detail on some of the things that I've went through just in this past year or so alone, but that's just getting into territory that could cause a lot of problems at the moment. A toxic individual will not take it well whenever you make the decision to take a step back from them. And a lot of those tips there is like, that exit plan, for example. There's ways of doing that where you step back gradually and whatnot, but sometimes people don't get it. And sometimes a relationship or a friendship can end in a nasty way because most people will realize that they've overstepped a boundary with you, and they'll automatically kind of take a step back and not just be as toxic. There's still going to be a toxic person. Like a person, if they're toxic, they're always going to be toxic. But most people, whenever they realize that they're getting on the wrong side of you or dancing all over the top of your last nerve, let's just say, they'll naturally take a step back for a while if they've any common sense in them whatsoever. But unfortunately, that doesn't happen all the time. And sometimes you just end up exploding on these people, and it ends in the worst way possible. So there's the emotional fallout thing there, and one of those tips where talk to a therapist if you need to. You know, I don't have it worked out. As always with these videos I'm making, the tips that I'm looking up to share with you guys, it's always stuff that I'm going to have use for myself moving forward. Now, you'll have seen on this channel in recent weeks even that I'm still dealing with some toxicity from a certain group of people from my childhood. And the whole thing of stepping back from social media, limiting social media interaction with people, I've just taken in the last month or so, and I went through all my followers on social media and the problematic people in my life. A lot of them just being in there to keep an eye to see what I'm doing. I have just blocked most of them at this point. Whenever you get someone that's that bad, that's the best thing to do with them. Because just as I say, when it comes to social media, a lot of people are only there to watch you, to see what you're doing. They're not there to offer you any support and whatnot. So that's been the big thing for me, just to kind of bounce off the whole past religious upbringing thing. I've got one person in particular in the last year, 2 years or so, again coming from the childhood, that is more than willing to jump on the social media and just kind of judge you flat out for something that you're doing, for something absolutely ridiculous. But at the same time, I'm looking at that sort of person and that behaviour, and I'm thinking to myself, okay, a few years back, I made the decision to come off painkillers. I discovered that my body was kind of getting too reliant on painkillers. Like, I wouldn't say I was addicted to them, but definitely the system couldn't go without them. Like, I needed them to keep going. So I made the decision to come off the painkillers, and it took 1.5 years to get my system to a point where I could get up and do my day's work without actually, I need to take these. It was just the body didn't need them anymore, but it took 1.5 years to get my body to that point. And saying that, those people that will judge me for, watching horror movies or, liking superhero movies and that sort of thing, pop culture in general, there's a good few religious types that don't like that sort of stuff, particularly in the kind of church background that I grew up in. Judging you for stuff like that there. But then whenever you're going through the ordeal over 1.5 years of not sleeping and just your system been all over the place, just literally walking through hell on earth, coming off painkillers, these people are nowhere to be seen. But for the stupidest little thing, they're there being judgmental and just been essentially toxic in the long run. And even today, I did hear of something that happened that was just incredibly toxic to somebody that I care a hell of a lot about. So it's not something unique to me. It happens to everybody for one reason or another. So whatever you're going through, if you happen to be watching this video, you don't have to put up with that nonsense. And if you can nip it in the bud easily without any massive confrontations, all the better. But it has to be said, whenever these people, toxic people, don't have the common sense to realize that they're overstepping a boundary and alter their behavior before something escalates to a massive argument and could end up in a physical fight, for all you know. You have to do what you have to do for your own mental health at the end of the day. Like, life is difficult enough without people making it any harder for you. So it's the ball's in your court whenever it comes to this sort of stuff. You don't have to deal with it. You don't need it in your life. And you don't have to feel sorry. You know, a lot of us, like myself, genuinely have a good heart, and that's why I find it incredibly difficult. In the last month or so, I've found it really hard to pull the trigger on blocking a few people, because like these are people that I've known for most of my life, but haven't gone through some shadow work. Let's just say that'll be another video for another time. Shadow work. You realize who has been in your corner the whole time, and you'll realize the people that you fought were in your corner were the ones that were doing all the damage. So I'm looking forward to chatting about that on the channel. So again, hopefully this has helped a lot of people out there, and if it has, let me know. And if you're going to use any of these tips, you know, let me know how they work out for you. So that's going to do it for this video. Yeah, until the next one, stay safe, and I'll talk to you then.